Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. Chris Fitzsimon, what do you wish you had said on last week's show, but you didn't?
Well, one of the amendments we talked about was the photo ID requirement that will be a constitutional amendment. I think Rob may have pointed out during the show that we don't know what kind of voter ID law that's going to be. It's very rare that this General Assembly would put an amendment on the ballot for voters to approve without the enabling legislation already written, so people would have an idea. I think that was on purpose because they didn't want to be nailed down. And it's extremely important what kind of voter ID law we have, who will be affected, what government IDs will be accepted. And the second point about that, as more evidence that it really is about trying to keep some people from voting, most of the fraud most people worry about with voting is absentee ballots, which they don't address at all in the legislation. They don't address at all in the amendment. So I think that there's a lot of ways to look at this, but it's fairly clear they definitely want this to pass in a form that they can then come back in a lame duck session after the election and put any rules they want to in place. And of course, they've already tried to do that one time, and a court has said they went too far.
Well, okay, the pendulum swings in politics in North Carolina, as we have seen in recent decades. Let's play what if. What if the Democrats take over the control of the legislature? If this is not enrolled as a constitutional amendment, they could come back and change legislatively any ID requirements.
You mean that the people of North Carolina could actually vote to let their people do something that they wanted them to do?
Well, I didn't say it that way, but so far as it goes, it could be changed legislatively.
Well, no, not if, I mean, they'd always, if this amendment passes, they can't,
that's right,
they
can't
change
what is required.
That's right, and they could ease those regulations and restrictions, but to put this in the Constitution means that obviously it'll always be there unless somehow a federal court finds otherwise.
So I could go into the photo booth at the variety store and get my picture taken.
There you go.
Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.